Guys,
Rest in peace to the Boston Red Sox of 2025.
welcome back to Not From Boston, our season finale, I guess. Uh, I'm
Didn't
Bennett.
go the way we wanted it to.
Ugh, yeah.
It
Uh,
it was a crushing. It's been a crushing 24 hours. I would say for me, it's been a crushing 48 hours. I don't know how you felt, and I'm sure we'll get into the weeds, but I um I felt like after game two, it was done.
I mean, I don't know. I'm like honestly, like I don't even remember. I think game three, I was like, I just, I thought we could do it. I also thought like historically, like we're the first team to win game one of a wild card series and then lose the series. So I kind of thought like that might have like helped us win. I don't know. I was like, you're much more you were texting me game over in like the fourth inning.
I knew as soon as they
And
scored the second run, it was done.
I and you like like I'm not built like that. I am a Yogi Berra, like it's not over till it's over kind of guy. And so I was like, I need to watch them die to be like, yes, they're dead. And
Yeah.
they delivered. They
I just
they
felt
did like what is that thing in Japan called? Like
oh Harikar.
Harikari. They the Red Sox did that on the field.
Uh,
It's fucking awful.
I just felt like you can't take an objective look at this lineup that we put out in the wild card series other than not even one. The leadoff spot was our least productive spot in the entire series. We had no hits out of the leadoff spot.
We didn't have a
So
lot of hits out of like most of the spots.
two and three, Bregman had a fair amount of hits, and Story had Story hit 385. Story was the best hitter in the
Story was
series out of
yeah,
both teams.
he was fantastic. Yoshida was fantastic.
Yoshida. So like to me, I mean, I didn't look at that lineup and think I, I- nobody looked capable of getting on base, let alone getting a hit, let alone bringing in a run. I mean, to me, I don't know why Sogard wasn't playing in the last game. I thought he brought a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I don't really know why Eaton was not playing in the last game. I don't. I just that last game, it felt like the win was completely taken out of the sails. I just didn't feel like we were going to be capable of scoring more than two runs. And so once they scored the second run, my thought process was this is going to have to be a complete pitcher's shutdown for us to win the game anyway. We're
Yeah.
probably not going to score more than two runs. They'll bring it to extra innings and win in extra innings. And so after the second run, it was done. And you know what kills me, man? Just I think we don't have any plan for today. I think we're just going to rant and talk and see how we're feeling about this. But we died by paper cut.
We died by paper. We also like, but it like we gave ourselves we like took an index card and just went
Unbelievable.
like
I mean, it's like the
sorry for that
defense.
imagery.
No, but it's just the none of it was bad. I think everything
No,
was,
it was bad.
but I think everything was considered in the stat book a hit. Everything was considered a hit.
Which
Like the ball
I think is more a problem for like
stat keeping. Yeah,
scorekeepers. Like
yeah.
those are errors. Like Jaron Duran erred. He erred.
That one we will talk about
He
that because
dropped that ball. We were going
there's
to
a
talk
whole
about
thing.
Jaron Duran. We're going to talk about
Yeah.
Jaron Duran. I promise you that. Yeah, I mean, it was like once we started making like it was like for the last like 6 games, it's been like, oh, the Reds, or not even six, like longer than that. It's been like, oh, the Red Sox defensively have it more together than they've had it the whole season. And it was like, as soon as like it was established in game three, like that, the bad Sox were back. Like the bad defense was bad. It's like, oh yeah, we're fucked. We've never been more fucked
Yeah.
than that play in the outfield with Rafaela and Abreu, and then with Lowe, and then Romy
Yeah.
and Trevor not getting balls that they
And
died.
this is at the end of the day. So like, here's my take on the hit. The ball to Low was hit like 100 miles an hour. It was a chopper, but it was hit extremely hard. But the difference between a regular season 75, 80 win team and a playoff team is you need to make the hard plays. It doesn't matter if the ball's hit hard. So they gave him a hit for that.
Yeah,
But I could argue that it is a hit because it was hit so hard.
I would argue that one's a hit as well.
The play needs to be made.
But like also, but like Romy, like I think you're I mean, you're actively playing baseball, so like I think you're better suited to comment on this than I am. But like
He should have had that
watching,
ball. He should have had that ball
not only should he have had that ball, but he was out of position. Like he wasn't out of position, but he was too far
up the
toward the
middle.
middle.
Yeah, he was too far up the middle. And if you look at his route, they showed a replay. Second base, I play second base, mostly play first base, but I played second base. Second base is a hard position, particularly because when you move glove side, which is the way he was moving, you have to take a step back and to your glove side. He stepped laterally to his left and did not step back. If he had taken even a fraction of a step back, he might get to that ball or at least prevent the second run from scoring.
Yeah,
Um, the biggest momentum killer when I really thought I was sitting here watching it. I've been feeling quite under the weather this week, so I unfortunately didn't get to watch with a lot of people, which is really probably a good thing considering my emotional state. But um, the Jaron Duran play, as soon as that happened, the seed planted in my brain, this is not going to happen. Like this is a play that has got to be made. Again, they gave him a hit for it. It was a, kind of a diving play, but that's the difference between, the Minnesota Twins and the Boston Red Sox is the Red Sox have to make that play.
my thought when Jaron Duran made that play was really dark. It was someone better he better be on like a mental health watch after this, and like better nobody let him near his phone. Um,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
he's gonna beat himself up, and the internet's gonna kill him, and it's gonna be bad for him. But I mean, it was a atrocious play, and
It
I'm
was not a good.
very. But I think like I mean, it's like it sucks because this is exactly what happened to this is exactly in the same inning almost exactly what happened to the Yankees last year against the Dodgers. It was they just exploited our inability to play fundamental baseball. Uh, and I think going into this, I think I feel like it's fair to say I was cooler than you were about this being a playoff team. Like I was like, a like I'm not gonna like celebrate that this is a postseason team until we're in the postseason, but just in general, like I was like, this is a sucky postseason team. And like
Yeah.
I think it's it's I think this team is like 5, maybe 10% more enjoyable than 2024. Like it
Yeah. I think
this is
I
a
think mid-season we
this is
were.
a shit team. Like this is a team that played in a shit American League.
Uh,
Like that had a couple of that had a better starter, like a better ace than it had a year ago. Um and had like real good hot streaks. But like fundamentally, like this team is still broken in all the same ways it was broken last year, year before that. Like there's some real fixing that needs to happen with this franchise, and like it requires spending money. Like none
yeah.
of our solves for our roster are internal. None of them. They all it's spending money and bringing in trades and bringing in people. Like
Yeah.
this team needs to look different. Like needs to look significantly like the outfield. Two out of the three outfielders that we have should not be there next year.
I
I'm like
know.
I'm dead
I know.
ass, and I'm not
I
talking about Cedon Rafaela.
no. I mean, unfortunately, Willier's injury really set him back quite a bit. I mean, he looked not ready to perform. He didn't look like a ball player. I mean, he was way behind fastballs. He didn't. I don't think he made contact. He had one ground ball to first base and he struck out every other time. He was not communicating in the outfield.
Yeah,
He
what the
did make.
fuck was that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, those guys were not. This is the thing. Like, we're a young team. I think our average age is like 26, which is very young for Major League Baseball. We're a young team. Not to excuse poor play, but postseason baseball, like, we're gonna run into a lot of that type of shit with a young team. The reason that I really wanted this team to make a run, let me just be very forthright in saying I had absolutely no expectation, particularly toward the end of the season, that we were going to make a run to the World Series.
Oh, for
I think
sure.
that would have been completely irrational.
This was our World Series. It was it. This was it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like we could get swept
I
by Toronto.
wanted
Who
a
cares?
When I'm saying deep run, I'm saying get to Toronto and try to force a game five. That's a deep run for me. If they go the full 5 games in Toronto and somehow squeak into the championship series and get blown out by Seattle or whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
Um, the reason you want to play, and I am glad, I will say this. I'm glad we won game one. Shout out Crochet. He deserves, which we do have to give flowers to the players who deserve to get their flowers, because there's a few names, and we'll get to that later, but there's a few names that really showed up in my book, above and beyond just their stat lines. But I'm glad we made it a 3 game set, because these young players need to experience a do or die game in October. And they did, and they lost. They blew it. Not necessarily, again, it was kind of not, no one in the last game made a bad play, quote unquote, but we misplayed a few balls that led to like little paper cutty bullshit hits.
Well, like,
Um,
like, but if Willier hadn't been in Sadan Rafaela's space in left, in right, center, right, I feel like Sadan makes that play. No, I mean it was a
I think that
diving
was
play, but
both
like I
of
feel
them.
like he's
Yeah, I think it was on both of them. I don't think any of them communicated. And also, Romy didn't communicate. Romy, if you look at Romy, he's got my ball, my ball, my ball, and then just backs off. Like nobody. Like those balls are tricky, the little Bermuda Triangle Texas League hits, but that ball has got to be caught. I mean, that has got to be caught. And I feel bad for Early, because that ball was hit fucking 60 miles an hour off the bat. He did his
yeah.
job.
Early pitched really well.
That's
Like
great. It's not his
I
fault.
know I shit on the stat of field independent pitch. I shit on FIP a lot as a stat,
But
but
he hit, yeah,
FIP highlighted in this game. He had a 0.68 FIP, but he had a 7.36 ERA after that game. Like
yeah,
he did his job and he did it well, but like the guys behind him fucked up. Um, yeah, I just that. I mean, the thing is, like, I like Cam, what's his name, Schlittler, whatever the fuck.
yeah,
I think everyone is like, they're like showering him with praise. They're like, oh my god, like 12 Ks against the Red Sox, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, it's not that he's good. It's that we sucked
yeah.
against
We
him.
just weren't able
He
to make
he
contact.
was doing. It's not even that we weren't able to make contact. It was like it was just high velo right down the dick. Like he was. They were 100-mile-an-hour cookies.
Mhm.
Like they were hittable pitches if they were able to time up to them, and we know that this team can time up to them. Like, but they weren't well located. They didn't have a lot of good break. He almost always threw a first pitch strike. I think it was like I think five
Yeah.
batters didn't see a first pitch strike. Like the approach at the plate was just garbage.
Also, I'm really sick of this team takes so many first pitch strikes.
Yeah.
I almost would assume that the coaching decision is take until you get a strike, which I think is deplorable. That's horrible. Like you're in a fucking do or die postseason game. Trevor Story, thank God he swung on a 2-0 pitch in game 2, because he hit that ball out of the park. I mean,
Yeah.
I did not think our offensive approach was good at all. We were 2 clicks behind every fastball. I mean, literally, let's just get into this now. I want to give a big shout out to Trevor Story, obviously, who played great. He had five, I think he was 5 for 12, 5 for 13. I think he hit 380, hit a home run, drove in 4 runs, stole a base that led to a key run in game 1. Trevor Story totally earned his stripes this
Yeah.
season. I know he had a big slump, which really hurt his stats. If you take away May and early June for him, he's an 850 OPS guy with 30 something home runs.
Yeah.
So, to me, shout out to Alex Bregman. Alex Bregman, 2 hits game 1, big hit game 2. Game 3, I don't really remember what he did. He didn't really do too much. He was on
I
base
get
twice. I
I
think he
get it. Yeah,
walked.
base hit.
He had a
Yeah.
base hit and a walk. But you know what? Like, he got on base. He tried to make things happen. He made some really good plays at third base. Um, those guys
Yeah.
were just fucking up there hacking. I don't know what everybody else was doing, but
I
we
mean,
were so late on fastballs.
I will say like Narvaez's hitless in that series, which sucks. He did draw a lot of walks.
No, he
He
was
had a really
fine.
good eye
It's
at the
not
plate.
his. Yeah, yeah,
Rafaela was dog water, with the exception of that at bat in game 1 where he was an 11 pitch walk that he drew.
yeah. That was,
And then he
and
did draw a walk in game 2. And so it's like
he
with
did
that, I'm like,
fly out. Sorry, go ahead.
no, it's like I'm like, dude, you haven't done that all season. Where has that been? Like that
Hmm.
eye at the plate. Like those are two really good at bats.
He
Um
did also hit like a
oh, that
400
bunt
foot
was a
fly out. Well,
oh,
we'll
I
talk
think
about
we
the
are talking
bunt.
about the bunt.
No,
That was
he hit
trash.
the end of game 2. I thought he almost hit it out. He hit the ball to the edge of the track in right field. The bunt, I'm gonna lose my shit if I talk about that, because that was the decision to bunt on a breaking ball out of the zone, let alone the inability to get the ball on the ground. I mean, that cost us a run.
It was
Bro, if you bunt that ball well with Rafaela's speed, that's bases loaded.
So I've read conflicting reports. One was that, or like, conflicting criticisms. One was that, like, why would Cora call for a bunt with two on in the seventh and no outs? And
No
other
out.
people have been like, I don't think, other opinions have been like, I don't think Cora called that. I think Rafaela, because he's got a track record of not listening to people, just decided to drop a bunt. I think that's probably more true
Yeah,
than,
could be. I mean, he certainly plays the game his own way.
because, yeah,
That's
I don't see Alex Cora calling bunt in that situation. It just doesn't make sense. With no outs, why? And two guys on, like, I don't.
it's bad baseball.
It's like not just like where it's like strategically advantageous generally, but it's like you're talking about so Don Rafaela is I think if he's known for one thing offensively, it's being really clutch late in games that are close with runners on.
Yeah.
Like which you had the ingredients like right there. I can't imagine that he'd be like, yeah, you should bunt in this situation.
Dude, it's just such a bummer.
I also, and this is where I like, this is where I really like, we're really gonna just like get at it because like getting eliminated from the playoffs, I could give a shit about. Getting tossed by the Yankees, um, it I've never, I don't think, I can't remember the last time I've hated this team this much. I fucking hate the New York Yankees. Like and a lot of Yankee fans. Like I just not even because like they're the Yankees. Because I think
Yeah,
like watching
this is an unlikable team. That guy Cruz, who was celebrating after,
I was
that
like
was crazy.
I wanted to deck that motherfucker. It's like
Oh,
they
that
bailed
was
you out. Like
yeah. He gave
you
up a
didn't
410-foot fly ball to end the. I was like, what? Everyone was texting me like, what the fuck is he doing? That
yeah.
was
Like
he's
stop
lucky.
fucking orgasming on the field, dude. You didn't do shit.
Yeah,
Like
he's lucky.
it's not even like that it's the Yankees that eliminated us. It's that it's this Yankee team, which I think is such a pathetic excuse for a Yankee team. Like, I feel like if I'm Derek Jeter or I'm Mariano Rivera or I'm Pettit, I look at this Yankee organization and I'm like, that's us? That
Yeah,
sucks. Like,
I think.
that's not a real team.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're gonna see what. I don't think they're getting through Toronto. Um,
I hope not.
I don't think so. I think Toronto's a better team. Toronto was a significantly better team all season. They just skidded at the very end. But I don't know, man. I think it's really hard to. The Kansas City Royals are the only team that can genuinely say had very little offensive prowess and won a World Series. Like, what World Series team can you think of in the last 15 years that didn't have a 30 home run guy on the team?
Oh, that's easy. I think the 2010, 2012, and 2014 Giants.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Last, well, I guess it'd be more than 15 years.
That's
And
four teams in the last like
but
yeah.
also, if we're going to talk about that, the Giants also had like five guys who all had 20 home runs. So they kind of made up for it in the aggregate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna look that up real quick. I mean, there's also like the Giants had much deeper pitching,
Oh,
and
they had studs out of their bullpen too. They had studs in their starting rotation. We have one capable guy, Brian Bayo. Brian Bayo, he's a four starter in my opinion. He doesn't have swing and miss stuff at all.
I
I
think
like Brian Bayo. That's not a diss at Brian Bayo. I want him to stay. He is going to stay on our team for a long time. He has an extension, but like he's not a number two. He's not an ace. He's not capable at the moment. Maybe he'll develop into it, but he doesn't have that swing and miss stuff. We need to go get a solidified number two.
yeah,
Obviously, losing Giolito really, really hurt. That really
that
hurt.
really fucked us. I mean,
That
but
really
also
hurt.
like not really because Early did great.
I know, but dude, think about Bayo. If you pull Bayo in game, let's say you pull Bayo in game two, you have the option of throwing early game two.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want because I think Giolito was not. I think you could see the signs of his decline in the last few games of this
He's
season,
struggling.
and like say that like they were like, oh, there's a decline there, but it's not an injury, it's not a reason to like not play you. Like I wouldn't want that version of Giolito out on the mound here against this team. I would maybe make the case for like, if you like you start him instead of Bayo. Like Bayo was basically an opener in game two. Like
Yeah.
doing that with Giolito, maybe, or bringing Giolito in for an inning, maybe. But like, yeah, I think even if he was on that roster, I think starting early would have been a better choice. And yeah.
Here's my
Um,
other Here's
real
my
quick,
other.
I
Yeah, go.
did I checked all three um Giants teams, and I think the most home runs a single player had in one of those seasons was I think it was Posey, yeah, Posey in 2012 with 24 home runs.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that would be. I think though the Giants made up for their offensive, the lack of one standout offensive player in the aggregate. Because I remember they had teams where they had like five guys that all had 20 home runs.
Yeah.
Did
Let me ask
anybody else besides Story had 25, Abreu had 22. Is that it?
um,
Is it the only two people who hit home runs on our team?
let's see. We had
Sadon had like 18.
Brigman had 18, but he was out for 2 months.
Yeah, he would have hit 30 if he had played.
Narvaez had 15, which is pretty impressive, honestly. I
Yeah.
for him for a rookie catcher. Um, Duran had 16. Rafaela had 16.
Yeah, so that's not going to do it, man. That's not
Yeah.
enough. If we don't
Um,
have four guys that have 20, you need someone who can hit 30.
yeah, or at least nobody like Story's the only guy with more than 85 runs batted in. Like we didn't have enough guys scoring like driving in guys. Not enough like I guess what you call impact hitters. Speaking of which, let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
Do the Red Sox win this series if Rafael Devers is still on our team?
Oh, that's obviously the $1 million question, huh?
It's and also incredibly loaded.
Because here's the thing. So I have like, there's like three ways to look at that. A, which I think this is the point that can't be discounted more than anything. Do the Red Sox win the series if Rafael Devers is on the team and if Roman Anthony is playing? Because
I mean,
my contention would be I choose Roman Anthony over Rafael Devers. So if we have Roman Anthony, no, we don't need Rafael Devers. Here's point two that I've read about, and like I've seen, I'm on the internet and I see the things that people say, but I think it would be impossible as a fan or someone who covers the team to look at the squad and not say the team clearly improved from a personality perspective when Devers left the clubhouse. So there is an argument to be made that like maybe we don't even get there with him. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if they were already picking it up. We'll never know. We
I
will
think
never know.
I think the Red Sox like I think this losing this badly or like this embarrassingly, I think only highlights what I think an error trading Devers was.
So that was my
At
last
least
point.
at
Yes. Yeah.
at least at that time. I mean, one, I just would have loved to see him and Roman Anthony in the same lineup for longer. I think that would have been something really special once Roman got it figured out. But Devers, uh, like murders the Yankees. Like he's like famous for being a Yankee killer and for like owning that short porch. And I mean, Yankees fans obviously were very happy when we traded him, and this is why. Like
Yeah.
he was built to demolish. Like you're telling me, like he would have eaten Cam Schlittler's lunch.
Yeah.
Like a hard velo guy with no field for location or movement. That's
Yeah.
Devers is all over those balls.
Yeah.
I and like yes, I do think there was something of a clubhouse issue, but I don't think it was that severe. But either way, I think to trade him in early June was just such a mistake because there was the return sucked. Like we didn't even use Kyle Harrison. We traded away Tibbs or
Pigs.
whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Jordan Hicks fucking sucks. Uh
Yeah.
like why we should it should have just been like, yep, we're done with this guy in 2026. Like we'll trade him in the offseason where there's no free agent class. Like get a big
Well, because
haul
also,
for him.
dude, let me just point this out there. Put this out there. Imagine we waited 4 weeks and traded him to Minnesota for Joe Ryan.
I mean, I don't think Minnesota would have taken him for Joe Ryan. They weren't looking for that contract.
Yeah, I guess that's the problem. So that is ultimately the problem is his contract. We what happened is no potential suitor, if there were any, for Rafael Devers would have taken the entirety of the contract.
But like, yeah, but I think then to that point, it's like, guys, just like in the off season, I think you'd be able to figure something out whether you have more teams in flux, like who are actually like trying to move pieces around, who might have the capital, like the room for that money on the payroll.
Hmm.
But also at the end of the day, it's like for Rafael Devers, one of the best hitters in baseball. Yes, he's only a DH. It's $25 million a year. Like that's a pretty like compared to like what Guerrero's getting in
Yeah.
Toronto now and what Kyle Tucker's gonna get. And it's like that's a pretty good deal. What
Yeah,
Kyle
and
Schwarber's gonna get, like,
my long-winded answer to your question, even with the points I brought up, the clubhouse thing and the Roman Anthony caveat is, yeah, I think we do win the series with Rafael Devers in the
yeah.
lineup.
I don't think
I
we
think
go to I don't think we go game three. I don't think there's a game three if Devers is on this team.
no, because the other problem is, aside from Trevor Story, nobody even looked ready to hit with runners in scoring position.
Yeah. Well, also,
Nobody ready.
yeah, no one looked ready. Also, Kyle Hudson fucked up again, like not letting Eaton go. I don't
Mm.
remember if that was game two or three. It was game because he didn't
Dude,
play.
that was the ball when
Not Eaton.
Jack
Was it
got
Sogard?
low. There was Nate Eaton at third.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the ball that the which what a play from Chisholm, by the way.
Yeah.
What a play. Unbelievable play. I mean, and
Fucking
look,
hate
that
that
guy,
guy.
I think he's a prick, but he deserves his flowers. I mean, that play was unbelievable, and his heads up base running to take to score from first on that little blooper down the line, like he won them that game single-handedly. So, um yeah, that was a huge fuck up. I think, to be honest, as soon as he threw it, I would have just sent him anyway.
Yeah, it was 2 outs.
Yeah, I would have sent him anyway.
Yeah.
Catch him off guard
It
completely.
yeah,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have made a difference if he yeah, it was really dumb. I think Kyle Hudson, I think, is representative of a larger thing where like he's also the outfield instructor, which also they
Maybe.
didn't like.
Yeah.
So like I'm like, okay, we need to take a look internally at like who is building, who's developing this team, who is instructing this team, because right now it's not working. Like Cora stays because I don't think like Cora's that like that's not really what Cora's responsible for.
No,
Like,
Cora, in my opinion, did great. I don't blame him for. There's maybe two things I can think of. I would not have let off Jaron Duran game three.
yeah,
I don't think Jaron Duran ever looked on the ball. And again, I like him. This is not a dig at Jaron Duran at all, but like he never looked ready for the moment in this series. And I would have continued to hit him 7 through 9, somewhere in there. Um, I think he was doing the lefty platoon thing, but like, dude, I have so many opinions about that whole shit. Like, oh, the lefties, bro. What's the deal with like bringing in lefties to face Bellinger? Bellinger hits better against lefties. Bellinger has a fucking 850 OPS against lefties. What are we doing? Why do we keep doing that? Like,
I don't know.
also though, wait, let me bring this up. Sorry to
Yeah,
to
yeah,
complete jump ship. I do want to give a big shouts out to the bullpen. The bullpen did a really good job for us this series.
yeah. I mean,
Chapman, I know it was dicey game one. He did great. He got out of the jam. Bro, we had Justin Wilson, Justin Slayton. Weissert had a good inning yesterday. Like, guys that we have been skeptical of this season did a fucking fantastic job. I mean, it took literally a bloop hit on Whitlock's 47th pitch of his outing,
yeah.
which he
Whitlock,
shouldn't have been out there. He shouldn't have been out there for 50 pitches.
right? I mean, yeah, I agree. Like it was. I mean, maybe Cora hooked Bayo too early in game two.
Yeah, what do
Like
you think about that? What's your take on that?
I think, I mean, Bayo was getting jammed up already, and
Yeah,
I think about Bayo is like when he gets jammed up, he starts to like implode,
he
and
flips
so like
out.
I think like Cora's like I gotta stop the bleeding here, which I think raises the question. It's like maybe we shouldn't be starting Bayo. Like obviously we don't have other options, but I don't disagree with Cora's decision. I think it I yeah, I think his decision to pull Bayo early, given that situation, was right. I think
I agree. I agree
I don't think
wholeheartedly.
I think he left Connolly early in an appropriate amount of time. I don't think he pulled him too. I don't think he was too late on that hook either, because that
I agree.
wasn't Early's fault.
Yeah, I agree with both of that. I mean, one thing I like about Cora, I know there's obviously we've talked about this. There are decisions that are coming from upstairs or whatever, but like Cora does. He was a ball player for how long was he in the league? 15 years. Like Cora
Yeah,
was in the league for a long time.
yeah,
Cora's won the World Series. Like he's a real ball player. He does have the eye test, and I think from my perspective, watching Game Two, not that I'm anywhere near at the level of a Major League Baseball player, but I played baseball my whole life. you can tell that he didn't have his A stuff. He just did not look sharp. He didn't have a crisp movement on his breaking ball. He has a two seamer. His two seamer wasn't moving. It wasn't having that arm side run. So to me, like, I'm fine with pulling him considering the fact that like his A stuff was gonna get rocked. Like he just looked like he was not up for it at all.
Yeah.
Um, the bigger problem with all of this is we can't fucking hit with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, that was like the problem we've had all year. Is
That's
just
this was a microcosm of the entire season because how many bases loaded did we leave down the stretch? I mean, I don't know. And now, we might lose one of our biggest run producers. I think it's very clear Story's gonna stay. Did you see his quote? He said, I signed to be here a long time.
yeah, I still am not sure. I feel like given the market, how the market's shaping up, he could get a few years for more money potentially, or just like a change of like scenery. I don't know, but we'll see. I mean, I think he's got less of a reason. His he I guess he's got more options if he stays. I think than if he. It's not like Bregman, where Bregman's like talking already in the past tense at that press conference, where it's like it was an honor to wear this
Yeah,
uniform.
he's
I'm like,
gone.
I'm
See you
like,
later.
dude, come on, like, don't do that. Like I mean, the Red Sox better keep him. Like, I just like it doesn't make fucking sense
I
to.
read Mass Live reported that
Yeah, I saw
apparently,
that.
yeah, there's like internal concerns about his health because he like continues to get injured. Which, like, listen, that is legitimate. Because here's the other piece of all of this stuff. We talk about Rafael Devers, we talk about Roman Anthony. Maybe if Alex Bregman plays in June and July, we win 3 extra games, 4 extra games, and we compete for the first wild card. That's a different series at Fenway Park.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
can't deny that. It's a different series at Fenway Park.
with Bregman, I mean, I'm sure the Red Sox are going to be curious, like what the market for Bregman looks like, given the injury, given the age, because like I'm sure they're not the only ones with this concern. But at the end of the day, like fucking, he's good for the clubhouse. He's good for the team.
Yes.
Fucking teach him how to play first base. I don't
Well,
know. Like I don't know.
there's a Pete Alonso sized hole waiting at first
I don't
base.
want Pete Alonso there. Pete Alonso's bad at defense. I want guys who are good at defense.
Yeah, but Pete Alonso hits 40 home runs at Fenway. Pete Alonso at Fenway is hitting 50, bro. He is
Yeah,
fucking.
that's true. But I also have like
He's clutch in the playoffs. We know he's clutch in the playoffs.
that's also true. But I have read that like in like there was a clubhouse like kind of disconnect between him and the other rest of the guys on the Mets. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
we can tell. We can see that.
well, I'm yeah, but I'm like, I'm like, I don't know. Pete Alonso strikes me as like a guy who's like very.
He seems like a prick.
I was gonna say like very stiff white, but
Yeah,
sure.
he seems like a prick. Yeah, he seems like a prick.
Yeah. And I just don't think that vibe clicks with this clubhouse. Like I think he wouldn't get along with these guys.
Possibly not. I mean, just to move. We're kind of jumping all over the place here, but I
Yeah.
feel like I knew this was going to happen. Who do you want to see donning a Red Sox uniform next year?
Well,
Besides, I think we both agree we want Bregman back, and I certainly want Trevor Story back. I think
yeah.
he's valuable. So who do
Um,
we want to see?
I think if it's a matter, it's like there's a different like the answer is of like who I want in a Red Sox uniform and who I think like is like more likely and or whether or not I
Who
think
do
they're
you
likely to
want? I don't
be.
care about the latter. Who
I
do you
want
want?
Kyle Schwarber back. I want Kyle Schwarber
That was the other answer I would give
in a
you.
Red
Yeah,
Sox uniform for life. It's
yeah.
crazy we let him go in the first place. I want him back. I would even take trading away Abreu and Duran and signing Kyle Tucker. But that would
Yes,
also
Kyle
be
Tucker is
expensive.
a good one. He might be a free. He's probably going to be a free agent.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's commanding like a $400 million contract. So
yeah. But man, his swing at Fenway also would play really, really
yeah.
well.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like I just like I'm worried. I'm hoping because like in years past, it's like been a disappointing end, and the team's like, we need to make these fixes. Oh, we got the fixes at home. I'm really hoping that losing to the Yankees like this reminds John Henry of like, oh, I I fucking hate these guys, and
Yeah. Did you see
I
Carrabis?
want to wreck them.
Do you see
Like,
Jared Carrabis's thing at his spiel at the end of the game yesterday? He said the same thing. He was like, back in 2003, we fucking lost on a walk off to the Yankees, and we went and got Kurt Schilling. And we tried to trade for A-Rod. Like it was
yeah,
like it was like wake up time, let's fucking go, you
And
know?
I
So
and I think it is. I mean, the fact of the matter is like we are over the luxury tax this year. Like it would be stupid to like spend less money next year. Let's just like if we're gonna be over again and pay more, like let's go over and pay more. You know what I'm saying? Like let's spend the money. Like it's I just we need a better team. The internal solves are not the internal stuff is great as like to supplement a roster.
it's fine. It's
It's
fine, but it's
depth.
going to build you a championship team.
It's depth, but it's not like it's not the starting nine guys.
Let me give you a name that I want to throw out there. A player that I've liked for a long time who has
Yasiel Puig.
numbers. No, I'm good with the sexual assault stuff on our
Oh,
team,
he
but
did that too. Fuck, I keep
yeah,
forgetting about that.
I'm good on that. I'd love to see Ranger Suarez in a Red Sox uniform.
Ranger Suarez would be good. I
I
think
love the way he's a weak contact pitcher. He's not really a strikeout guy. You think he had 150 strikeouts this year, but he's he's a bona fide number two. He had like a 3.2 ERA. He was super consistent down the stretch. If we look at, I don't know what's going to happen with Giolito. I would assume he's probably going to be gone.
there's no way we
Um,
claim that mutual
I
option.
would assume he's going to be gone. So if we're looking at a, Crochet, Suarez, Bayo, 1, 2, 3.
Mhm.
That to me is Bayo's perfect position. Come in, same thing, induce weak contact. You don't need to be the guy. You don't need to strike 200 guys out. There's no pressure on you. Let early, and I mean, we'll get Cutter Crawford back. We'll see who fills those last two spots. But I would love to see. I agree with you about Kyle Schwarber, but a name that I want to put on anyone's radar who's listening to this. Shout out to Joe McBride. I know he's listening to this. I'd love to see Ranger Suarez in a Red Sox uniform. He's only commanding about $8 to $10 million a year.
My concern about Suarez is like, and you mentioned it, which is like the weak contact thing. Is like it's the same as my concern for Bayo. It's like I think Bayo would be a much better pitcher if he had a quality defense behind him.
Right,
Like because he's inducing all of those ground balls. So I think I think yeah, I think Suarez is great. I think adding him would make us a better team if we have a
right.
better defense behind him.
He had a career high in strikeouts this year, though, too. So,
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. I mean, yeah. I mean, we should definitely pursue him.
and his FIP is low. I mean, again, it's a tough stat, but his FIP literally directly matches his ERA. It's the same.
Yeah. God, this is not. Yeah, this market is not
It's
good.
not great. It's not great.
I
Kyle Tucker
mean,
will be a free agent. Pete Alonso will be a free agent. Bregman will probably be a free agent.
yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. I was talking about the pitching, but yeah, as a whole, it's bad. I mean,
Who are the pitchers available?
I mean, Merrill Kelly is free
Yeah.
and Chris Bassett, but they're both 37. So it's like those are short-term deals. But are we comfortable with two guys like a guy nearing 40? I don't know.
No,
Um,
no more bargain barrel picking. Come on, like
okay,
I
but
can't.
I wouldn't call Chris Bassett or Merrill Kelly bargain barrel.
No, for sure, but like if we have the capital to go after, like again, it doesn't have to be Ranger Suarez, but there certainly are guys, or trade pieces. Duran has got to be, which I think we need to have a whole conversation about that. But
Yeah.
we need to make a move now to get somebody in for him.
I mean,
And
this is where it's like we go back to Joe Ryan. It's like Joe Ryan should have been on this team in August.
yeah,
So he should be on this team now. Give them give
yeah,
this
I
team
agree.
whoever they want.
Is there a
Uh,
world that you trade Duran and Abreu?
yes.
Me too.
I'm like, yeah, Abreu's a gold glove winning right fielder, apparently. But he sucks against left-handed pitching. He doesn't really hit velo very well.
No.
And he does get hurt a lot. He
Yeah.
got hurt last year too. Um, Duran just like he just comes in with too much baggage, I think, at this point.
I think Duran was a good moment in time for the Red. This is how I view with Duran. We're in the Jaron Duran era of the Red Sox, right?
Mm,
He is the ostensible major name player. I mean, obviously Bregman, but Bregman's been here for a year. Story basically has been here for a year because he's been injured. We have been since 2021 when he first came up in the Jaron Duran era, particularly now that Rafael Devers is gone. It was
yeah.
the Devers era. Now, if you look at it, you could say it's the Duran era. The Duran era spawned an American League Championship Series run in which we really should have gotten to the World Series, and an American League wild card loss. So it's been 4 years, 2021, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. This is the fifth season of that era.
Yeah.
Something has got to change. I think at that point, you know what you're getting. This team, in my opinion, was a perfect second wild card team. This team got exactly what they deserved. We deserved to go to the playoffs. I think that's totally fair. We certainly deserved to have a legitimate shot to beat the Yankees. We took it the full 3 games, and we kind of deserved to lose.
Yeah.
So something has to give, something has to change for us to get to a point where we're actually seriously contending for a World Series championship.
Yeah. I also just think like
My
there's
wife walking in right now saying this. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
there is that just like there's that saying that if you don't control your emotions control you. And
Yeah.
Jaron Duran has never had control over his emotions, and it shows up in his play.
Yeah, it
And it's
does.
just like that's a liability. It's a liability.
Yeah. It's it's just super it's super sad. It's going to be sad to see him go. I think he actually I mean, aside from a few choice words that he had for certain fans, I think he did represent the team pretty well. He's had a couple really good. This year wasn't that bad for him. It was a solid statistically. It was a
It
down
was
year.
it was as good as 2023, which was a great year.
Yeah,
2024 was just like,
a
an
breakout.
anomaly.
Yeah. So he's a solid player. You know what you're
Yeah.
getting from him, but I think it's a piece. Roman Anthony is going to become
Yeah.
the left or the right fielder.
Yeah. I think with Duran, I think I mean, yeah, he like a lot of fans really love him. I mean, I am a fan of his. I think he's been a really good fit in the clubhouse, I think for the most part. But I think I think it would actually do him a lot of good to wear a different jersey and to not have the pressure of delivering in Boston.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I don't know, like obviously like we could trade him to the Dodgers and like that. I don't know if that would help. I mean, maybe
No,
because there would just be so many other stars in the way that he's like, oh, I don't have to worry about shit.
I
Um,
like the San Diego comp that everyone gives. Like he belongs in a Padres jersey. That's a perfect place for them.
yeah,
They're young. He's still only going to be 29 next year. They're young. They're fun. They have cool jerseys. They got a good little stadium. Like perfect for
they're
him.
they're the only franchise that I think that their fan base can be more pissed off than our fan base.
We'll talk about that because that was astounding. That call on
I mean, I'm
Bogart.
not even just talking about like that call, but just like year after year after year after being so good and then just dying in the postseason. Like at
Yeah,
some point, like either tear it all down and start over, or like we have to win. So like I
yeah.
feel, but
I
yeah, I
want to do
mean,
a quick post mortem on all the teams that were knocked out this week, so we'll talk about them because I have
yeah,
a couple thoughts about San Diego as well. But yeah, I think it's time for Duran to go. I think the Padres have valid trade pieces. I think they're a good suitor for us to look at. I think Minnesota is a good suitor for us to look at. Washington has a few guys in the wings that are pretty decent. There's certainly teams
yeah.
that will take a Jaron Duran with 2 years of team control left and have valuable assets, you know?
It'll be curious to also see like what we actually. I'm curious to see how our relationship with the Nationals changes because our former
Uh-huh.
assistant GM is now their GM. They
Yeah.
poached Paul Taboni from
Yeah.
us. Which good for him. He's a GM at like 33, like fucking
Yeah.
incredible.
Awesome.
Good for
Congrats.
him, man. But yeah, I do wonder like what that dynamic is going to look like. Don't make any more trades with the Dodgers for pitching ever.
Oh my God. Yeah. Dustin May. I
Like,
mean,
don't ever acquire pitching from the Dodgers, or acquire a former Dodgers pitcher. Like, that's just awful. Like Walker, bad.
yeah, it's all.
Um,
I can't believe. I actually can't believe. Like I can, but I can't believe we even made the playoffs. Like if you think about some of the players that we've had on this roster.
this was a really like rough year, and I like that at the end of the day, like that is the thing. Is like I don't want to just make the playoffs. I want to decisively, like obviously make the playoffs.
It
I
never
want
felt
like
like we were a real contending team. I think we were a perfect second wild card team. I think we won 89 games, 90 if you want to count the playoff game. Hooray, hooray, congratulations. We made the second wild card. We had the second highest run differential in the American League. That's great. Our defense at times was really good. We did lead the league in errors, but some of that is like Christian Campbell, who had like 20 errors in his like 2 months of playing, which also, why not give him a shot? I don't know, down the stretch. I
so.
don't know what to make of that,
What I
but
had heard, what I think Coley Mick had like tweeted this.
mhm.
He's advocating for an outfield that is uh,
I've heard this.
Anthony Rafaela and Campbell.
Yeah, I've heard this.
I don't think that that's like a bad idea. I mean, I wouldn't put Campbell in right field. I put Anthony in right field. Um,
Yeah.
Campbell in left. But Campbell, like, I think I think next year he'll come like we'll get him back. Like I think it's that he that rib injury is like he was never right after that.
Yeah.
And like that is why he wasn't really hitting well. And he was hitting fine in Worcester here. And I think he just needs an off season to like heal.
Do you think that there's like, are we going to be looking at Meyer, Anthony, Campbell as the core of next year's team? Because that's my fear. If I'm being honest, like what keeps me awake as a Red
We
Sox fan is that we're going to be saying we're good at second base. We got Marcelo Meyer. We're good in the outfield. We got Roman Anthony. We're going to have Christian Campbell. Like we, besides Anthony, who I think is very clearly a stud, we don't know about those other two guys.
Roman Anthony is absolutely a part of the core of this team next year.
Oh yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy.
Meyer and Campbell less so. I
Yeah.
think. I mean, I wouldn't because I think even the Red Sox. It's hard to notice that like yeah, Meyer was struggling offensively. I'm sure he would pick it up at some point if he had had a longer season. Um, but he gets hurt every year and does
Mhm.
never finishes a season. And that's
Yeah.
a problem. But also, his absence defensively was incredibly noticeable.
Yeah. It
Like
was.
once his glove wasn't there, it was like yeah, it was noticeable. And so I think they have to know like okay, well if we can't get him to play, if we can't get him to play 162, which like we can't make him, like obviously his body is just doing what it's doing. Like we need to find a solution, a long-term solution on the market or in the trade, trading block, whatever. But well, I think I we have to win like we have to win next year. Like next year, I won't accept. I obviously won't accept any worse than this. Like
No.
even if we make the playoffs, I I want I want 93 wins or more. I want
Yeah,
like
I think
2016, a 2016 to 2018 team.
next year needs to be a compete. To me, this year was a box checked. Back in the playoffs, wild card again, not quite 90 wins. Would have loved 90. I predicted 88 at the beginning of the year, and we got 89.
Yeah.
So great, beat my prediction. That's fantastic. Next year has got to be we are seriously competing for the division.
Yeah, and I mean like and building a team, like actually spending the money to do that. Like
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't. This team, we know again in the Jaron Duran era, if we want to call it that, we know what we're getting with these guys. We
yeah,
know what we're getting with Jaron Duran. We know what we're getting with William Abreu. We know what we're getting with Romy Gonzalez. We know what we're getting with Rob Refsnyder, who probably won't be back, but I love Rob Refsnyder. He had a rough series, but um, yeah, we some change, fundamental change has to be made, and I think
yeah,
my anxiety is that the front office is going to say, "Hey, we did great. We're back. We're in the playoffs." They're going to be like cool being the Rays, and we played like the Rays. This was a Rays team.
yeah.
This was the Tampa Bay Red Sox. I mean, this was like,
Hmm.
so I
Yeah,
don't want to be the Tampa Bay Red Sox. I'm a Red Sox fan because historically we've had players who have kept me watching the games. Not that I would ever not watch the games at this point, but like we've had the David Ortizes, right? We've had the fucking Carl Yastrzemskis, the Ted Williams. Like there's a superstar player throughout the eras of all the great eras of Red Sox baseball, and we had Mookie Betts. Like we
yeah.
need also one other thing that I just want to throw at you that I was thinking about last night after we lost. I went for a long walk. I always am like depressed after they get knocked out. How did JD Martinez not find his way onto a major league team this year? As a designated hitter, like you're telling me no fledgling borderline postseason team would have taken 20 home runs and a 750 OPS, even as a bench bat. He would have. I'm sure he would have played for like $6 million.
I mean, you make an excellent point.
Like, how did he or Anthony Rizzo? Anthony Rizzo retired. How did
I think
neither of them find their way onto a team?
was Rizzo not still having health problems?
Maybe that was it. But I was looking at JD Martinez, like, dude, what?
Yeah, yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna grab my water real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. That's a great question about JD. I mean, I think he would have been helpful for us.
Great. Yeah. As soon as we ditch Devers, give him the league minimum, give him the fucking $1 million contract. Hey, you're going to come in. You're gonna play once every 3 days. You'll be back in Boston. Let's
Yeah.
fucking do this. Like, come on, the guy he was a 105 OPS plus last year. He was an above league average hitter.
Yeah.
Just, it's easy to play Monday morning quarterback, but I was thinking, it popped into my head. It's like, oh yeah, that's weird.
But like it's also like we're not Monday morning quarterbacking because these are all of these things that we've said today, we have said since I think like whenever we started this podcast in
Yeah, February.
February.
I mean, we
Like
were, yeah.
these are known problems. It's yeah, it's not okay.
It is what it is. I mean, so, just to send off on a positive, I want to just can we give your two standout performers of the season? So not just of the series.
Hmm. I hmm. I mean Crochet is one.
Of course.
Uh and then I mean yeah, I think Crochet and Narvaez. I think it's really like
Damn, I was
those
gonna do
two.
Narvaez. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's I'm gonna go with Chapman.
Mm.
We are not any. I mean, again, say what you will about the guy, but there is literally no world equally to Garrett Crochet. There is no world in which we make the postseason without Aroldis Chapman. Like, he had like a 60 inning stretch where he didn't give up a run. Like, that's
Yeah.
insane.
Remember when we thought Liam Hendricks was going to be our closer?
Dude, I love Liam Hendricks, but yeah, that was
Yeah.
so that's one for me. Number two, I think I'm going to give it to Romy Gonzalez. Romy Gonzalez like exceeded every expectation. He hit 305 this year with an 850 OPS or 820
Yeah.
OPS. Romy
Yeah.
Gonzalez was great this year. And he had to play a lot. He got thrown into a position that he doesn't really play. He got thrown into playing an amount of games that I don't think he was comfortable playing. And he was fantastic. Those are my two standouts. Trevor Story was great. Bregman was great, but like we expect them to be good.
Yeah.
They're bottom.
Raphael was clutch. I mean, like
Yeah, he was clutch, but he reminds me a lot of Jackie Bradley
I'm
Jr.
listen, I think if you build a lineup strong enough, I'm okay with that.
Totally.
Like,
Jackie Bradley was great for us for like 9 years, dude. He was great, but like he's the nine hitter.
yeah, and I'm okay with Rafaela being the nine hitter as long as like 1 through 8 is better than it is currently.
Yeah, you can't rely on him to like come and he almost did it again in game two. He almost hit that ball out to right field. I was like,
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, I think he had a good year. Willier he reached. I was hoping 800 OPS. He essentially reached the expectation I had hoped for. Sans the injury, I think he would have hit 30 if he hadn't been injured. But I kind of expected that. I mean, he sort of met my expectation. Duran sort of like met my expectation.
Yeah.
Um,
Abreu, like interestingly, offensively, he played fewer games than 2024. But I think that's also because in addition to the injury, we platooned him a lot because he doesn't hit lefties. But his slugging went up only like a bit. It was 459 last year and it's 469 this year. It's not a
yeah,
huge jump.
yeah. He
But
traded doubles for long balls.
he regressed in both on base and batting average.
Yeah, I think he was probably playing injured for quite a bit too. He was definitely, you can tell very clearly not healthy this series.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he was just like not in
Okay,
it.
I
He was
found
like,
this on the web for this series. Check it out.
What the hell? Siri thinks I'm talking
I
to.
think you said the word like,
Yes, I did.
and yeah, stupid fucking idiot AI. Um,
So let's do this.
okay,
Let's do a quick post-mortem on the other teams that didn't advance. Just a recap.
okay,
Cleveland Guardians are out. Detroit
yeah,
Tigers are in.
yep,
I can't say that I was shocked.
yeah, me neither.
I felt like the only thing with the Guardians was they were so white hot that they might have been able to just plow through the competition.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know.
they're not a good ball. They were not a complete club. Literally losing Class A, like how much of a difference that makes to them because their bullpen essentially is what blew the doors open in Game 3.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and
hurt.
I just think like they were not it's weird. I think they got like I'm actually gonna fact check myself on this one, but I think they got too hot too late.
Yeah, probably.
And or too hot too early. Like I don't know. They in a way like they weren't gonna be able to sustain that streak in any way. Like at some point in the postseason they would have flamed out.
Yes.
Um and so I can't say that I'm surprised. It's I mean, if it gives Guardians fans any comfort, Detroit's going to get bounced by Seattle
Oh yeah,
like
it's gonna be
immediately.
Seattle
So,
Toronto. I think it's gonna be Seattle Toronto.
and then I don't know about you. I'm rooting for Seattle on that one.
Yeah, of course. I think of the remaining teams, I'm cool with Seattle winning. I mean, I'm always kind of cool with the Dodgers because we live in LA. It's kind of exciting.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah.
Yeah, I like Shohei. You know, I love Mookie. I'd be cool with Phillies. I'd definitely be cool with the Phillies. Those are the three teams. I don't really care about any other
Uh,
teams. I don't know.
I do want to say like one concern about the Phillies is that they apparently I found this old thing from 2022. Apparently, every year the Phillies have won a World Series has been followed by a recession.
Well, we're headed that way, so there you go. Yeah. Um,
So maybe we don't want them to win
yeah,
as an
maybe not,
economic
although I think that's
indicator.
inevitable either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, the Tigers, like that was a boring series. There's one home run hit the entire series. Dylan Dingler hit the only
Yeah.
home run.
I wish the AL Central produced better baseball.
It just doesn't. It's boring baseball. AL mid. Tigers Scooble is unbelievable. Actually, we didn't talk about that. He had 14 strikeouts in his.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
He's fucking filthy. I mean,
All the aces, all the pitching that we wanted to see was excellent in this first round. Crochet dealt, Freed dealt for the Yankees. Um, Schlittler was great, obviously. What's fucking Scooble was great. Yamamoto was great for the Dodgers. Like the pitching
Green,
that we wanted to see was
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Uh, Cincinnati,
Green
they never
wasn't good.
who?
Green, Hunter Green.
Oh, he got rocked. I mean, I don't think of him as an ace anyway. He just throws really, really fast. I think he'd be a good reliever. Cincinnati never stood a chance. They shouldn't have been in the postseason. I mean, if the Mets hadn't had a catastrophizing end of the season, you
It's
know,
insane that that's what like that the Mets did that to
it's
themselves.
legitimately like the Mets roster has a chance against the Dodgers in a 3 game set.
Oh my God. I
Crazy.
I so in one of my classes, so for context, all of these games, all of our games were
While you're in
happening
school.
right before I would go to class. So I like on campus this whole week, I'm like swagged out. I'm like, yeah, I'm wearing a jersey and a hat to class, like a nerd or whatever. But like my team's in, I gotta wear it. And like there I have a kid in my class who's like a Mets fan, and I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, that sucks. Been there, done
Oh,
that. Um, and then he like after game three, I went into class another class I have with him, and he's like, dude, I should have worn my Yankee jersey today just to like piss you off. I'm like, you're a Mets fan, and he's
yeah.
like, yeah. So I'm like, you can't do that.
Yeah,
I was
bro,
like,
you
what do
just
you mean?
fucking
Like,
you didn't even make the
he's
playoffs.
like, what do you mean? I'm like, what kind of Mets fan are you that you just like
Yeah,
you would put on
fuck
a Yankee jersey just to piss off? Like, what's wrong with you?
fuck
Like,
out of here with that.
you're a bad Mets fan.
They didn't even make the postseason. He can't say shit, dude. They had like they had one of the worst collapses in baseball
Yeah.
history.
But what's funny though is like my professor even like got in on it and like backed me up. He was like, dude,
Can't
you
do
can't
that.
as a Mets fan just root for the Yankees. You can't do that. Like, who told you you could do that? I
Crazy.
was like,
But yeah, I don't know, man. Cincinnati, like they're not a
yeah,
playoff team. Like Gavin Lux is their best player. You know, it's
yeah.
like they're not a playoff team. I think Ellie's like he's just like really flashy, but like is he actually that good? I don't really know. He doesn't seem I don't know. But
We
you
gotta talk
know,
about we should talk about though the best wildcard series of this postseason, which was
that's
not
what I was,
ours.
yeah,
Cubs and the
definitely.
Padres, man, they were fucking electric.
Yeah, great games. I really like the Cubs to make a deep run in this
Yeah,
postseason.
yeah,
I think they're very capable. They can hit the ball, and I know hitting wasn't on full display, but they had back-to-back home runs in game one. They're very capable of
yeah.
hitting the ball well. Um, let's talk about the Bogart strike to recall
Holy
because
shit.
it was really bad.
It was
It
really
was never
bad.
it was never in the zone. It was always below his knees. There's like so many aspects to this. I do not like the Padres. I think they're a very unlikable team. I cannot stand Manny Machado and I cannot stand Fernando Tatis. I love Bogarts, obviously, but I I found the call to be terrible. The next two batters got hit by pitches. So you're looking at no outs, bases loaded instead of one out first and second if that call was made properly because that was a full count pitch.
Mhm.
In a two-run game, that could really change a lot of things. The way that the Padres handled it after the game. Did you see that in the dugout?
Yes. Yes. That was
That's that's not good.
inappropriate. I mean, they're going
That,
to get fined for that, I'm sure.
that was not good. They were like basically
Well,
attacking the
but
umpire.
also the umpires were drawing back, which they also should not have been doing. Like the
Yeah, and
umpires,
let me
like
just be clear, fuck umpires. Like honestly, fuck most of them. Like
said, fuck cops.
dude, fuck the umpires though. Seriously, like those guys, they do nothing but make bad calls and then have to defend themselves for their shit calls.
They
Like
don't
they're
even defend themselves. They don't say shit. They just are like,
yeah.
yeah.
And then you see the Manny Machado thing where he answered that question. Did you see that?
Yeah, we use like that's a stupid question.
Yeah, and I'm
Okay,
like,
okay. Actually, hang on. I have to defend Manny Machado.
it was a stupid
That was
question.
a stupid fucking
A
question.
stupid question,
How would
but
you
you still,
assess this team? Like, it's like, hey man, how would you assess your chances of walking? It's like, I don't know. I've just been shot in the back.
yeah,
I'll get back to you on that one. Like, it's such a fucking stupid. Ask a
it is
better
a stupid
question,
question.
reporter.
Yeah, I just think Machado's a prick still,
Yeah, he's a
but
prick, but he in that moment he was 100% right. That was stupid. You want to
it
talk
was a
about a
bad
prick
question.
to reporters? Jazz Chisholm turning his back after game one like that,
So lame.
being like, "Oh, I gotta find
So,
something in my locker while I answer questions."
dude,
Like you,
it's really
that
hard. It's
fucking
really hard.
baby.
It's hard because like we were talking about Chisholm earlier in the season and like the article that was written about him and like the stuff he dealt with in Miami, which is not good. Like, getting essentially racially abused by Miguel Rojas. But dude, he's a fucking prick. That guy's a prick.
And like the photo that like the Yankees account posted, like him with the champagne bottle, and like it's like you guys won the wild card series. You didn't
Yeah.
win the World Series. Like
He's
fucking
a
calm down.
I'm not a fan. I think he thinks he's so good. And he did have a good season. He had 30-30. He had a great season, but I don't know, dude. I'm like, bruh, you need to chill out a little bit.
It's just
But
like
I'm also a Red Sox fan, so I don't
yeah.
know.
Well, it's just like every like I don't know. It's a team of people to me that like I never got the sense. Maybe I'm just like my age has kind of worn on my memory. I don't remember feeling like Jeter and like that era of Yankees teams felt entitled. This Yankee team, like this era of Yankee teams, feels so, and Yankee fans, honestly, Yankee fans included, feel so entitled.
Yeah.
Like they have to like if they're not winning the World Series, then something must be rigged, something must be wrong. You know, everybody just hates us because we win all the time. It's like, no, you
Well, you
guys are just
haven't
not
won in
always that good.
Chicago. Yeah, they haven't won shit in 16 years. I mean, they're very. I agree with you, man. They're very entitled. I do like Aaron Judge. I like Giancarlo Stanton as people, but obviously I hate them on the field.
It's really weird how like Judge culturally seems so removed from
Yeah, he
that
does,
behavior.
which is weird because he's the captain of the team. But
Right.
also, dude, playoff Judge was like kind of in full effect. He had a couple singles, but like
Yeah.
he didn't. He turned into Luis Ariz. That's what they said on John Boy. I was like, it's true.
The way also I'm fucking so annoyed with John Boy about it's like you guys aren't even trying to not be biased at this point. Like, do
Yeah,
you see the tweet about not even just like about our series, but like they were like posting tweets of like Kyle Raleigh striking out at the end of the season when he was chasing 62 and like kind of mocking him a little. And I'm like, you guys suck.
yeah. I
Like
mean, I do think Cal Raleigh should get the MVP.
he should 100% get the MVP.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a popularity contest. Like, yeah, kinda, and that's cool.
But also
The guy
I
hit
think
60 home runs.
I think
He
he's
hit
more
60 home-
valuable. I think he's more valuable than Aaron Judge is to the Yankees.
Yeah.
Um
So anyway, I don't know. The last thing I was going to say about the Padres because we jumped ship is I actually don't think that they're that good. I know that sounds weird, but like everybody thinks of Machado as this like demigod baseball player. Go look at his stats. They're not that impressive. He's a solid defensive third baseman who can hit for some power.
Yeah,
Bogart's best years in Boston are better than Machado's best years.
let's see. This year he had a 795 OPS.
Oh, that's like, it's decent. It's above league average, but
I mean, a relatively like 275 average, 335 OBP, which I feel like that's low for, I mean, it's low for him, I
he
think.
doesn't get on base very much. He hits a lot of home runs, but he doesn't hit 40. He hits like 28.
He hit 27 this year, yeah.
There you go. So, I mean,
Um,
I just think in Tatis, since the steroids has not been good.
yeah. I think the Padres had a really, and also their rotation wasn't great this year. Dylan Cease was just like walking everybody,
Yeah, he's
but their
struggling.
bullpen was great. They had an excellent bullpen. Um,
Yeah, that's it though.
yeah.
So, who do you
It's
think?
just a bummer that they can never carry, like, no matter how good they're doing in the regular season, they can never carry it into October.
Nah, I mean they went to the one championship series, but they don't scare me. I mean, I don't,
Yeah.
fear the Padres. Final thing, who you got now with the remaining pool? Who's winning it all?
Ooh, I think Mariners beat Detroit. I
Yep.
think Toronto beats New York.
Yep.
I think Seattle beats Toronto in seven.
Okay, I like that.
I think who's it now? Milwaukee and Chicago. Well, that's a great series.
Mm-hmm.
I think Chicago in five.
Yep. I got Chicago too.
I think Philly in five.
Okay, I like that.
Philly, Chicago also, that's a great series.
Dude.
I think Philly in five.
Yeah,
And I think it's Phillies, Mariners. I think I still want the Mariners. I'm still pulling for the Mariners to win, but I think the Phillies will win that matchup.
we got to the same place, but we ended with a different result. So I have the exact same all the way to the game, except I got the Cubs beating the Phillies, and I've got the Jays beating the Mariners.
Mm.
I think we're gonna have a blue October. We're gonna
I
have a blue World Series.
I really I'm really, I mean, truthfully, like that's what I think will happen. I would like at this point now, my dream World Series is Brewers Mariners
Yeah, that'd be great.
because that way somebody wins their first World Series.
Yeah, I'd like the Brewers too. I forgot about them too. Yeah, I'd be
But
very cool with that.
I don't think they're built for it.
Nah, they don't. They don't. Again, like they don't really scare me.
Yeah. It's too bad. They were
Well,
so good this season.
yeah, 97 wins. No team won 100 games this year.
Yeah. First time that's happened
Oh, I
since
like that.
2014.
That's great. I gotta love that.
Yeah.
Um, well,
Yeah.
I
Fuck.
guess that's it. I mean, is there anything else to talk about? I think that's kind of it. It's just
Yeah.
a bittersweet end. They made the postseason. They made us proud in some ways and they disappointed us in others, but I can't be mad at a team
Yeah.
that actually I'll say this, the last thing I'll say. I remember going to the second game in Anaheim and we got swept by the Angels. And we had just traded Devers like a week before. And Roman Anthony was up and hitting terribly. He wasn't doing well. And I was sitting there thinking, I was with David from baseball, and I literally said to him, they're not making the playoffs. There's no way in hell this team is making the playoffs. They might even finish last in the division. They're not going to be better than the Rays. For us to have gotten where we got with that happening 2.5 months ago, I can't complain about the season. I think it needs to be taken and used to build momentum for next year. If ownership doesn't do shit, that's a huge
Mm.
problem. We'll deal with that. But um, I'm proud of the team, and they made me proud to be a fan. And we're back where I think we should be in competitive baseball games in October. But let's take it a step forward next year. That's my final words on the team.
I would say one, I've been on the record about this before many times. This wild card series does not change how I feel about the fact that it should have stayed a one game playoff.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, not
Yep,
just because we would have won, but because it was just more fun.
fun.
I think the momentum, like even on campus, like people were gathered around the TV to like watch the end of game one. People were not engaged for games two and three.
Mhm.
I will say at the beginning, I think it's really interesting at the beginning of the season, everybody was like, especially once we signed Bregman, was like, oh my God, wait, the Red Sox might win the pennant. The Red Sox like might are going to win the division for sure. The Red Sox are definitely going to win the World Series. And I think we bought into that a little bit. I think because we also believed it because like we're also fans. But I think hindsight being 2020, it's like I think looking back, it's like we are actually we are closer than we've been since 21 to being a World Series winning team, but we are a lot further away than we thought we were.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot to do. We have a lot of work to do. I think barring like a lot, like barring massive moves, I don't think it's on the table for 2026. I do
Yeah,
think
probably
like
not.
2027 beyond if we like play it right, but like we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
We're not there yet. Like
Which, to
at
be
all.
fair, in 2017 we won the division and we got bounced by the Houston Astros. And I thought the same thing. Man, we are not even close to these guys. And then the next year we picked up JD Martinez and won ourselves a World Series. So
Yeah, we also changed managers, and you hire like but we also
yeah,
we also like got a new manager, and I feel like did we add? No, we didn't add anybody like pitching wise. I don't think.
JD was the big acquisition, but that's a
Yeah,
40 home run season. Like that's huge. So it all remains to be seen. But end of the day, look, we're playing meaningful games in October. I'll take that at face value and say it was a good year, but they got to do better next year.
yes, they do.
So I think we will be on break until I think what we'll probably do is check in maybe monthly or if something big
Yeah,
comes up.
we have a couple. There are a couple of things that are cooking right now that but we don't have like firm dates on, so like I don't want to get specific,
Yeah.
but uh, there will definitely be more not from Boston stuff in the off
Awesome.
season while we also figure out what we want to do for season two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for listening though. I
Dude,
know
I actually can we before we wrap up, we should take a second to like give ourselves some flowers because like we made it
we
six
made the whole
months or like
season.
8 months of doing this.
Dude,
Like,
we made it through the whole I was just thinking that right as you I was like, damn, we made it. Dude, I remember like February, I had the flu when we signed Alex
oh,
Bregman, and I was literally we had recorded an episode and then we re-recorded it.
yeah,
So
that was awful.
and I know people listen to this because I get texts from people. So thank you to anyone who's listening. Thank
Yeah,
you to people who have like kept up with us.
yeah. It's
I hope
crazy
you
like that time has flown like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, the season goes very
Yeah,
fast. Maybe we'll do. Maybe if we're up for it, maybe we'll do a World Series recap or something. If you know.
yeah,
So just keep your eyes out. The usual places. But thank you everyone for listening. And dude, it's
yeah.
been
Thank
really
you
fun
guys.
doing this with you, man. I'm looking forward to next year.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Okay.
I will see you like I mean, we'll just continue to hang out in
Probably in
normal
like a day
lives.
or two or something. Yeah, cool.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Goodbye, everyone.